All right, we're back. Another season. Pro football show. Chevy Silverado. Chicago. Couldn't be more excited to be back.
Yeah, Will, how are you feeling?
Boys, girl, this season is going to be awesome. But who is this jabroni?
That's the mystery guest. Different host every single week.
I love that idea. Let's go.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. Week 2 of the NFL. We are back. Will Compton, Dan Katz, Big Cat, and in the fourth rotating seat we have Dave Portnoy. Dave, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Excited to be here.
You were on this show permanently for 3 years. Now Will is permanently. What do you think of his performance last week? Did you even watch
You think I watched it?
Yeah, I didn't think so. I just had to ask though.
I'm sure he did good. He's a good guy. If I was worried about your performance, I would have checked in. I knew you do a good job.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't have to check in on the guys I know who can do the job. I'm checking in on the Chris Clemmers of the world right now.
Yeah, I've been seeing that drama on.
Yeah, so
Yes.
no, I knew it was in capable hands.
There you go. And Jerry, how are you feeling?
Great.
How's
your ACL?
Yeah, I'm about to say, did you tear your
Better.
ACL?
Everything's good. Traffic's bad.
Needs a stipend.
I mean, $3.80.
Yeah.
Why is his face shaved? Was it for?
It's for advisors, which already would have aired, so people will know.
Okay.
They'll know.
They'll know why.
Yes.
Okay.
It didn't fool you, Dave, huh?
It was quite insulting that they thought it would fool me in a ringing indictment of what they think I'm. It's like they think I'm a potato now, or it's like Muhammad Ali at an advanced stage of his career. That I wouldn't notice he was a woman.
It's tough.
Quite insulting.
That's tough. Okay, so let's look at the records for last week. Will, on your first week on the show as a permanent host, you did very well. You went 10-6.
10-6.
10-6, yeah. They say, so I went 6-10.
So you guys are now versus the spread.
Versus spread.
That's
Yes.
a change.
Yes,
It
very
is.
big change.
That's a
Yes.
huge change.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went 6-10, bad week for me, but they always say, September and October for the Joes and November and December for the pros. So I'll be
And even last week, you still prefaced it like you took a lot of dogs, divisional games.
I fell in love with the dogs. It was
10-6
a big
is
mistake.
a great week.
Great week.
Well, he brings the notebook.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I don't
nice.
care what notes. 10-6. You can be a professional if you go 10-6 every week.
Let's see if
Keep
we
it going. You did flip
stack 'em.
to
Yeah.
the Jets, though, Dan.
I did on Monday Night Football,
Yes.
which ended up being like the scariest 3 hours because I bet the Jets, and then Zach Wilson comes in, and I was like, this is not going to be good. But they somehow that defense is
Bro, they showed up.
for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did. All right, so we will keep track of all the bets. And Taylor Lewan went 8-7, so Dave will build off of that. Let's get into the storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. Visit Chevy.com to check out the Chevy Silverado. We're going to start with the Chiefs and the Jags. Will, I will start with you. The Chiefs on Thursday Night Football to open up the season lose to the Lions. The Jags beat the Colts. Patrick Mahomes was very frustrated in that game. Travis Kelce was not playing. He is probable while we sit here and record this right now. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, number one on the Travis Kelce thing, bone bruise. I'd let Travis know I'd be out there catching 10 for 150 plus on a bone bruise, but he's on every commercial. He's dating Taylor Swift apparently, and not out on the field on a contusion, on a bone bruise. Chiefs, they win that game if Tony catches those balls, which pains me to say because I won with the Lions.
I think they win that game if Tony doesn't even play. He doesn't even have to catch the balls. He just has to not be on the field.
Kadarius
He
Toney.
cost them
I
the
hate
game.
that. I hate that.
But he cost them the game. That pick six was literally.
I hate it for Tony. I hate it for Tony because you just know.
He's not a good guy.
Oh, he's not?
He's
Are
a
you being
horrible
serious?
teammate.
No, all right, well, we don't know that.
No, we know
Oh,
that.
Jerry might know that. Jerry might know that.
Come on.
What are your
The
sources?
reason I would.
My sources are Giants players.
Okay.
Okay.
The reason I was saying that is you just know, like, you get in your head early like that, it's going to be a long season when you're dropping. And again, a pick six, nonetheless. I like Brandon Scherf is out. Chris Jones is back. But the Jags defense was great on third down, only giving up 16% and stopping the run. I like Calvin Ridley. He's big, man. Zay Jones, Etienne, am I saying that right?
ETN.
ETN.
Etienne. I like Jaguars. I like
Okay.
Jaguars. Chiefs are going 1-4 in their first 5.
Whoa, yeah, you've been on that take. I don't like that it moved to 3.5, but I'm going to stick with the Chiefs, and I'm doing it because Andy Reid long rest. We know that off a bye. I know it's a mini bye here because he had a couple extra days. Patrick Mahomes off a loss is phenomenal. Chris Jones being back. I watched that entire Jaguars-Colts game. I think the Jags have a lot of problems up front, especially with Cam Robinson and his suspension. I think the Jags are going to be in for a long day. I think Mahomes, he's one of those guys. It's kind of like, Brady back in the day where it's like they lose one, they're not going to lose 2 in a row. And I think that they win this game.
Well, nobody watched more Brady football than me in his prime. And I will say, Patriots off of Super Bowl years, and there were a lot of them, they were slow starters generally. And Will and I were talking about this. It's just hard to get up when you know you're going to probably make the playoffs and make a run. I agree. I think the Chiefs start slow this year. I think this is the Super Bowl for the Jags. I think all offseason they had this game circled. They're going to be up for it, ready for it. So I am taking the Jags. I think they win. I said this before. I got to do some research. I think Chris Jones is my next door neighbor. Literal. I believe I got checked it out, but I've been told that in Miami that he lives directly next door to me. So I'm gonna send him. Is he on social?
Yeah, he's on social.
I'm gonna send him a DM right now.
Okay.
Are you my neighbor?
Are you my next door neighbor?
He's a good dude.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, he's a very good dude. We've had him on PMT.
So you're on the Jags. You're on Jags this weekend too.
Yeah, I think they win.
I think another little inside track for you. Taylor Swift makes music off of breakups, and I think she's identifying what's going to happen in Kansas City this year.
Oh.
And I think she's going to be inspired making the next album.
Okay.
I'm interested in that relationship. He did wear, Kelsey wore a John Mayer shirt on his podcast like 2 weeks ago. You don't do that if you're dating Taylor. I talked to Keegs about it because I said, could it be a troll? And she's like, but Taylor doesn't let you troll. So I don't know what the rumors are there.
You can't wear an ex-boyfriend shirt if you're dating her.
Not only an ex-boyfriend, like
Right.
a famously Dear
Like
John.
Dear John, right.
We do not like you, ex-boyfriend.
Hey, you can't be doing that.
I saw you post about the shirt he was wearing, but I didn't really understand what the context was. Now that makes sense.
One of her best breakup songs is Dear John about John Mayer.
Got you.
So your
got you.
current boyfriend or your current hookup can't be wearing that shirt.
Got you.
That's at least what Kelly
John's
Keegs tells me.
Stud, though. John's a stud.
He is.
He's a stud.
He is. Did you send the DM, Dave?
I can't find him.
Okay.
Chris Jones.
No, I know who he is, but it didn't pop up on like.
He might not be verified.
Jerry, what do you think about this game?
I'm the wrong guy to ask, but
Why?
Yeah.
I've been cold, Dave. I've been real cold. I like the Chiefs. I think Dan's right. They're going to bounce back. I mean, Kelsey coming back, I think it makes a huge difference. I would go with the Chiefs.
Okay. Well, while Dave does that, let's move to the next game. The Ravens and the Bengals. The Bengals, you got it?
Stone Cold Jones, 95.
Let us know if he answers during the show, please. Ravens at Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5 right now. Dan, I'll start with you. The Ravens with Lamar Jackson, he's back. They won. They beat the Texans, whatever. But the fact that the Bengals lost to the Browns and Joe Burrow struggled, we talked about it on the show last week. Just the fact that he missed training camp, he was injured, a little bit of a slow start. Are you concerned about that at all with him?
I was concerned. I picked the Browns last week. I said that Joe Burrow was going to start slow. I'm a little nervous because I already took the Ravens on advisors, which this part of the week every year kind of screws me up because I've thought about it more and I'm starting to like the Bengals, but I'll stick with the Ravens. I'll stick with the Ravens because these two teams obviously know each other very well, but the Ravens do have a new offensive coordinator. They're running different sets. You saw them pass the ball more, so maybe they're able to without the Bengals knowing that full scheme, be able to stay in this game. And Joe Burrow, he's a phenomenal quarterback, but it happened last year. They went 0-2. They then went 14-2 or 13-2 in their last 15 or whatever it was. I think that it really is tough for a guy to miss an entire training camp and then be able to pick up right where he left off and be phenomenal. So I think it will take a little time. I'll take the Ravens plus 3.5.
Will, what do you think?
I think it's Bengals, man.
I know
they got the new OC,
yeah.
and you think the Bengals, they might not be prepared for the new OC, but I think it's going to take some time to get their identity on offense. They had a sloppy win against Houston.
They
Houston
did.
sucks.
A lot of sloppy football.
Yeah, a lot of
Very
sloppy
bad.
football. Yeah. So we don't know if week one's lying to us, but I like Joe B to get back on track this week. They had a bad loss. I know they start slow, but that was a bad loss against the Browns. I like the Bengals.
Dave?
I think the Bengals are going to start slow again this year. I think the Ravens keep this game close. So we're going with the spread 3.5. I think it's going to come to the wire. Everyone knows I don't like Lamar Jackson. They're getting Mark Andrews back. Supposedly he's a huge part of their offense. I think the Bengals are going to do what they did last year. I think they're going to start slow, and then they're going to get very hot towards the end and be a Super Bowl contender, a legit one. But, yeah, I don't think they're going to be ready for this game. I don't think you play that poorly and can just be like, oh, we're turning around, we're going to be ready to go. I don't think that's the case. It won't shock me if they win this game. Very close the whole time. This Lamar Jackson stat, 6-2 versus the Bengals, pretty good. I think it's a very close game. If we were picking, I think the Ravens win, even if this was straight up. And I don't like the Ravens. I just don't think the Bengals are ready yet.
Okay. Let's get to the game of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot about this game. It's the Dolphins and the Patriots. The Patriots right now +3. But before we get to all of Dave's thoughts on this, let's roll Jerry Edits.
Watch the movie before it happens.
Bonk.
Oh, to the house.
Another field goal.
Oh, this is 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter, though.
That's what the heart beating. This is.
Oh, OT. OT still. Please be the last field goal.
Bang.
Wait a minute.
Damn. So the Dolphins won.
Dolphins won.
Dolphins won.
By a field goal.
Wow.
Great segment, Jerry.
Jerry Edits.
Jerry Edits.
Lucas Edits.
Is that so? What?
Lucas Edits, but Jerry, presented by Jerry.
You don't do that?
That was
big
segment
game.
before.
It was supposed to be the big.
Presented by me.
Said last week. Jerry's good at delegating.
Who's Lucas?
It's my right-hand guy. Under the table guy.
It's Lucas Edits presented by Jerry
that
Edits.
Hurts. I thought you did that.
Do you tell him your vision?
In the beginning, I did.
Yeah.
First couple ones I did what I kind of wanted. I liked the blow-ups. I liked that stuff. He kind of,
You gotta keep that. Just ruined the whole segment.
Well, he was
I
trying
didn't
to.
ruin it.
Dan ruined it.
Dan ruined it last week.
I did it last week, but that's crazy. Jerry's got one thing he's got to bring, and he has someone else do it.
Fuck.
Jerry's on the team. We got to be protected.
All right, fine. Cut that out. Cut that out. Jerry Edits. Jerry Edits.
Dave was
Jerry Edits.
legitimately sad when he
Yeah,
just
I mean,
rolled
I
it.
was. What do you think I felt?
It loses everything if he's not
What do
doing
you
it.
think I felt? I felt heartbroken.
It's just like Santa Claus wasn't real over there.
I know.
I'm gonna have to now find out who this Lucas
He's
guy is.
very talented.
Listen, no, he's good. Dave, listen, he needs a job. He's good, man.
Well, I don't know who he is.
I found him on the internet from Florida. He's not an Army guy or anything like that. He's
You found him on the internet from Florida. Where does he live? Florida?
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's Florida.
Yeah. Good dude. Looking for a job at Barstool, too. Willing to work for cheap.
Okay.
This is
I mean,
tough.
Lucas is a fucking.
See?
See, maybe blowing up.
But if
the
like
bit
that's
is
not
good.
like that's not funny if you're a normal person. It's funny if you're doing it. If Luke is just like a normal dude, that's not as funny.
Well, he's obviously not a very normal dude if he found
Jerry.
if Jerry,
Touche.
yeah, if he's DMing with Jerry, being like,
Yeah.
"Let me do your
But
edits for
is
you."
he the Jersey Jerry Army?
He has always done those edits. You've never done those edits.
No. Listen. Don't take no credit. Take away credit from me. In the beginning, we did.
Wait,
Me and Lucas.
It was never you.
Never officially.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to work on computer.
That's what made it funny.
This is why I was heartbroken.
That's what made it funny.
This is why I was heartbroken.
This is
thanks
so.
to Dan.
Well, thanks to you. You have one job and you did it, and you have Lucas do it.
Listen, it's presented by Jersey Jerry. Everybody knows Jerry had a hand in it. He's doing it.
This is tough.
We can just pretend this didn't
So
happen.
you don't even know it's real anymore. Is the cologne you?
Of course it is.
Why is that of course?
Because I'm making the videos.
Yeah, but it could be like somebody feeding you lines, telling you the clones.
It could be AI.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh
That's
my
disappointing.
God, this is very tough.
I was disappointed. I told Jerry, I was like, I want you to start editing these things.
Well,
these videos.
time out.
Well, he's learning.
How
He's
did
learning.
Dan find out?
I have sources.
An
everywhere.
email.
I have sources.
An email?
I gave Lucas his email.
Yeah, I have
What?
sources.
What do you mean you gave Lucas his email?
Tom, the producer of the show, wanted someone to send the edit.
Here's exactly what happened. I pitched this idea to do Jerry edits in this show. I was like, it's great. They're very funny. I was like, Tom, let's make sure that Jerry's aware of this. We get to last week, and I say, Tom, did you send everything to Jerry? Because it's a tight window to turn this around. And he's like, yeah, I sent it to Jerry and this guy, Lucas. And I was like, who's Lucas? And then I found out that Lucas
Jerry,
edits.
You got to keep that. You got to keep that lie because that's what it was. It was a lie. You have to keep that lie undercover. That ruined that segment.
I don't think it ruined the segment.
Lucas?
I like Lucas edits. Lucas edits.
We don't even
presented
know
by
who
Jersey
Lucas
Jerry.
is.
He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo, clearly.
Did
If
it-
he's just sitting there doing Jerry's edits for him,
Does a lot more than edits.
what else does
What does that
does he
mean?
do?
Errands.
Who's this
FedEx.
guy?
He runs
Spell
your
that.
He
errands.
does errands?
He runs his errands for him.
In Florida?
This is what I'm saying,
What are you
Dave.
talking about?
This guy Jerry,
lot, dude, I'm
he
telling
knows.
you.
How does he do
There's
your
never
errands
been
in
a
Florida?
better delegator than Jerry.
He's like a spider, Dave.
But what, if you're like, go get me a drink, and he's in Florida and you're here, how does that
transferring
work?
money. He's got my bank account, stuff like that. Send my bills, stuff like that. He does my bills for me.
You're serious?
Yes.
What?
What the hell is going on out
Have you
here?
ever met him in person?
Yes, once. Yeah.
And you gave him your bank account?
We're tight. We're boys. We've known each other for a year now.
But you met him one time in person.
We golf together. Yeah.
Send me his info and his Instagram, please.
All right.
Golf together?
What?
Met him once, but you golf together?
Yeah, we golfed out in Pittsburgh.
Just
together.
one time.
I flew him from Florida to
He's a
Pittsburgh.
Steelers
You know
fan?
well enough to stand on the table for him.
Of course, dude.
Okay.
He's
I
hungry.
cannot believe you didn't do Jerry's edits.
It's presented by Jerry.
Presented by me.
Hi, Jerry.
It still comes out of your brain.
I know
But it doesn't
I was
anymore,
at one
apparently.
point.
But it does. He still gives him some ideas.
Yes,
Jerry,
yes.
it's not funny at all.
Yes.
They're
no,
not
it's
your
still
edit.
funny. It's still funny. Jerry, you got to learn how to edit. That was the whole point.
I
of this.
know, the
The whole
basics.
thing started was you wanted to do all these projects, and Hank was like, learn how to edit. And then you're like, okay, I'll just get a guy, Lucas.
This is a really tough scene.
Yeah.
Dave is so upset.
Well, it ruined the bit for me.
Dan ruined the bit for you.
I didn't know anything.
No, it's not Dan.
No. Jerry said that Dan ruined it.
No,
so.
Jerry ruined the bit.
I didn't ruin
You-
anything.
If you have
I was
that,
just as heartbroken when I found out Lucas existed.
yeah, no, you keep that under wraps if you're Jerry.
To your grave. You take
What are
that.
his chances at travel money now?
Well, it's just like you don't know what's coming. I mean, I don't know what you're doing now at this point. If you
But
have
he
a
is.
million-
But in Jerry's defense, he's one of the greatest delegators ever.
all right.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy doing your bank account for you.
Well, that's because I can't do everything myself.
It's a guy he's met.
Dave, you don't have an assistant? Come on.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I do.
I got an assistant, man.
But I'm going to tell you this. I wouldn't be beyond doing what you did with Jerry's edits, but there's no fucking way people know it wasn't me.
True. It's a good point.
So, anyways.
All right, next thing.
Yeah, well, the Dolphins, the Patriots, Dave.
Dolphins, Patriots.
Damn.
Listen, I was very encouraged last week. There's that video. Will and I have this little thing, which I appreciate, and I know this is a pro football show, but Nebraska is so bad.
We're talking about we're taking wild shots at Nebraska.
No, you project, and so it's like I'm going to go after him about the Patriots because.
Go after. What did I say? I texted you. I said, "Hey, keep your head in it. It's a long year." That's all I said to you.
I think you said something.
Were you mad because Nebraska lost? You
No,
took
I'm
it
trying
out
to cheer
on
on my guy. Like, hey, don't be down that it's 16-0. Yeah, this might be a must-win week for the Patriots.
You're so delusional about Nebraska. When I put my power rankings out and I had Nebraska and the Bears in the same power ranking of Groundhog's Day, but it's happening in hell, you got offended by that?
Not offended.
You are living in Groundhog's Day, but it's in hell.
Yeah, but that's your pro football. That's your NFL power ranking.
No, but we always sneak in a couple colleges.
I mean, the Patriots played at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, this is at 4:08.
It was 5:08, yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
5:08 because we're now Central Time.
Yes, correct.
So it's an hour into the
So
game.
an hour into the game.
Hour into the game.
Long season.
Head up.
That's when it's 16-0. That's being.
I was watching the stream. I saw you.
No, that's being encouraging.
Yes.
Will.
Keep your head in it.
You know what you're doing.
You knew
It's a
what
long
you
year.
were
You're
doing. Come on.
You knew what you're doing.
Well,
Tell the truth.
no, I'm saying I was trying to encourage Dave because I know the Patriots. It's going to be one of those gritty years that you guys are
I
going
don't
to
think
scrap
so.
to try and get in the playoffs.
No. At the 1 hour into the game, it's 16-0. Long season heads up. I said we ain't Nebraska. Right back in it. Half an hour later, we were, and then he gets pissy. If Nebraska doesn't turn the ball over, we beat New England.
That's losing
Yes.
talk.
Well, he brings Nebraska into it just like he just did.
Because you came after.
I'm
him
just trying to
second.
keep you in it.
If Dave would have picked Nebraska to win on Saturday, would you have sent that text?
Listen, we're going to Nebraska because
Yes.
I like the program and nobody wants them to be back more than me.
Can I ask you a question? Because I've heard you say it many times before. If we don't turn the ball over, at what point do you just realize you turned the ball over?
I don't know. Maybe throughout the year, like once we get into it. If you watch again.
But you've been saying for 3 years, if we don't turn the ball over.
That's it right there, Dan. It's those years don't matter. This is a new year.
But
it's
you're
a new
still
era.
turning the ball over.
Yeah, but those are correctable. We're talking in QB center exchange stuff.
So you think Matt Rule is going to make them stop turning the ball over?
No, I'm just saying you
Listen,
got
they
to
lost by 30. Let's talk about
That's
the
what I'm saying.
Patriots.
The Patriots and the Dolphins.
Nebraska into this.
I'm saying you projected you 16-0. You're texting me like keep your head up.
Because you guys were in the middle of a losing and you guys
the
lost.
first quarter.
Oh, did you guys want to
first
lose the
game.
game? Did
We
you want
lost
to lose
the
the
game.
game? And did you
Lost.
not call me in the middle when you finally came up for some air to be like, oh, Will doesn't know football.
Will
we're back
doesn't
in
know
it.
football.
Only for Philly to put your head back in the pillow and finish the job.
No. Philadelphia is a legit Super Bowl contending team. The Patriots, in my mind, and this is the point, outplayed them for 3 or 4 quarters. The biggest thing for me watching that game, 2 things, which I said and knew going in. You want to check my bet slips? I have it. I have Patriots win the Super Bowl and the AFC East. If I could have found comeback player of the year, Mac Jones, I would have done it. Billy O'Ball, all right? We have an offensive coordinator, Billy O'Brien. We're far less predictable. We're throwing the ball, we're mixing it around. Defense is flying around. I love the Gonzalez, the rookie, I thought looked fucking phenomenal. They're playing good. It was a tough loss. Booty from LSU, if he gets his feet in, I don't know. Listen, people said he was going to be like a top 10 pick and he fell all the way down. Maybe it's because he doesn't know the rules. He can't get his feet in. It's disgusting. We're going to clean that up. Aaron Rodgers goes down. I think the Patriots beat the Dolphins this week. Dolphins, I don't think Tua makes it through a whole season. Their offense is the best offense in the league. I do believe that they could speed everywhere. They put up points. But they're coming off a big win. I don't like the Chargers. Big deal. You beat the Chargers. We beat them at home, at night. Then we get the Jets. We go beat them. They're going to be 2-1. The Patriots are a threat this year. Their offense is 100 times better. Mac Jones got written off. He is a Pro Bowl quarterback. He may be the best quarterback in the division. And I said it at the beginning, because if Tua's healthy, fine. I used to not like Tua. Tua stays healthy, great. He's not. He's going to have to retire early. Aaron Rodgers, I said he's 100.
What are we doing right now? You're senile.
What?
What are you talking about? Talking about he's the best quarterback in the division. And they're going to win the AFC East?
If I had to draft a quarterback in the AFC East right now, the way Josh Allen, who I love, the way he's going, he doesn't protect the football. Aaron Rodgers is 100, Tua's injury prone. Mac's a Pro Bowler.
If Tua stays healthy, though, would you take him?
Yes, but that's it. I don't think he is.
Did you know Tua's middle name is Donnie?
I saw that.
Crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Crazy.
That is wild.
You would redraft Tua with his injury issues?
Yeah,
No, but I would take Josh Allen before Mac Jones.
There's stuff
I would.
going
I know
on
he's
there.
chaotic. It's chaotic.
Listen, New England's got big hearts the way you guys stayed in it all 4
Thank
quarters.
you.
You say you guys won. You say you outplayed them 3.
I thought 3 of the 4 quarters, yeah.
They didn't outplay him in the 4th. They
Now
didn't.
that
They
does
definitely
sound
didn't
like
outplay him in
Will
the
Nebraska
first.
talk.
Well, no, we were down 16-0 after the first.
Right.
Okay, so you lost the first. You lost the 4th. What are you talking about?
Well, that's because we didn't get defeated.
What?
You guys are.
And not only that, no, not only that.
Looking in the
not only
mirror.
that, I thought it was a crazy decision by Bill not to kick a field goal. It would change the whole game. We went for it on 4th and 5. We were pounding down there. Philadelphia didn't do shit.
Yeah, again, you guys have a resilient bunch, but there's
We
there's
kick a field
no
goal.
way.
We kick a field goal. We win the game.
You're fighting for 3rd place in the East. You're fighting for 3rd place. Tua's
With
the
who?
real with the Jets.
Oh, no.
With the Jets.
Zach Wilson.
Jets. People are sleeping on Zach. We'll get to that.
Listen, I was
We'll
Zach
get to that one in a minute.
Zach
Tua's the real deal. He won, and like.
Would you draft Tua?
Yes.
You would.
What are you talking about?
Knowing everything you know
McDaniels
about
policy?
him. And knowing everything you know about him, you draft
Yes.
him.
Yes.
That's crazy. You can't.
Why is that crazy?
Because
you just asked if I would draft
He's a
him.
walking.
He's learned how to fall.
He's a walking concussion.
He took karate this
Yeah, well,
offseason.
you
learned how to fall.
act like he's hurt right now. He just threw for 460.
No. But
And won in crunch time they traveled across the coast. They won at the Chargers. He showed up when they needed him in the fourth
there's a
quarter.
big win at the Chargers.
And you see the way his teammates talk about him, like the guy's got like.
Listen, I was anti-Tua. I think he's very good. I've changed on him. Was he the third best quarterback in that locker room? Yes, he was. It probably.
You better be careful with Tuanon. That Tuanon culture is going to come at you like Dragon Place.
I'm
pizza.
Dan, aren't you a Tuanon?
They're going to come out of the
part of
woodwork.
Tuanon.
Listen, I don't think he can. I think his career
Wouldn't
will be
Mac Jones have
drastically.
beaten out Tua if he was better at Alabama?
Mac Jones beat out Bryce Young. Different years.
Right.
Can't beat out everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so Will, are you going to take the Dolphins?
Yeah, Dolphins. We're going Dolphins. This is a no-brainer. And by the way, he talks about all prideful, everything else. All the whole fan base was leaving mid fourth quarter when the Patriots were in crunch time.
I didn't see that. You said that earlier to me. I didn't see that. What
Go
you
check
saw.
the tape.
Fine, someone give me that tape. We were leaving in a close game. I doubt it.
Wasn't it? It was pouring rain too, right?
We love the rain. That's
Yeah.
New England weather,
You're
like
building
Brady.
trenches.
Well, no, I know, but would that have been maybe the reason they were?
No.
leaving?
I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know what he's talking about.
You have to look at the tape.
You're the pride he
You're gonna have
has.
to look at
They're
the
not used to losing.
Well, I mean,
have to check the tapes.
would you be if you were a Patriots fan?
He's gonna have to check
You
the tapes.
gotta. Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
Listen, I told him in the Tommy Frazier years, if you're playing week one, you
here it
leave
comes
early.
again.
Now what?
You're talking about Nebraska. Like, what? This is a pro football show. You're on our show. You need to keep it on track.
God.
It's a pro football show, Dave.
Terms you know.
Dan, which side
I'm
of
taking
this
the
are you on?
Patriots just because of the spot. I
Would you
don't-
draft Tua?
I would be concerned.
You have to be.
It's a fair concern. I mean, he has been concussed many times.
If he
I
has
love
a-
Tua. I think Tua is phenomenal, but you can't just take out the injuries.
If he has one more concussion,
Right.
You can't just be like injuries off. It doesn't matter. It matters for him. It does.
Right, if he has one more
He's
concussion,
seen it,
he's-
like it still has to happen this year. I mean, you saw last
Right.
year.
I hope he learned how to fall. He took karate in the offseason. Like you saw him falling the right way. I saw those tapes. I love Tua.
So
but
you're RCing it. You're Ryan Clarking it.
what?
You're saying he wasn't really in the weight room all offseason.
No, he was. He was.
You're saying karate. You're saying
No, karate is part of learning how to fall. He learned how to. I saw the clip from the preseason. He learned how to roll and tumble.
But are you saying he knows how to not be injured, or you're saying
I'm saying
you
that
can't
he's
just take it
learning-
out?
He's learning that like how he takes sacks has to change because the way he got concussed last year was not sustainable. Like the fact that he got concussed on a couple plays where it was like a routine pressure up the middle and he falls and bangs his head, he's starting to learn that can't happen. I know concussions happen no matter what, but you have to admit, a couple of Tua's concussions last year were kind of fluky. Like, it wasn't the hit, it was the hit on the head
The way he
to the
fell.
ground.
And I don't recall guys who, like, he has, like, very, very vivid concussions. Like, I don't recall quarterbacks who
Yeah, the one in the Bengals was bad.
who get repeated concussions. They generally don't stop. Like it is career ending, like a Stan Humphries or even Luck who retired. But guys who get concussed like that at quarterback, it tends to, I think I'm not a doctor, but my memory of that is it is a thing that sticks with you in that.
And it ain't got nothing to do about the Dolphins.
My final
whooping the Patriots this
but
week.
listen, my final answer is this.
Well, you don't know without pass
And you're
rush.
bringing up Billy O. You want to bring in Nebraska. Billy O tried walking into Nebraska with Penn State 2012, lost. Just FYI. Just a little. Billy O.
Wait, was that not the game right after the Sandusky?
No, that was the next year.
Okay, got it. My
the
final
next
answer
year.
to those is I think he's a phenomenal quarterback. You'd be crazy if you're sitting in a draft room right now and you're doing a redraft. Someone would stand up and be like, "What about the concussion?"
100%.
You would have to say that.
But would
you
you-
can't just pretend it
Yeah,
doesn't.
but he's
exist.
asking, would I draft Tua?
Yeah, I would. I would.
wait,
I would. I'd
wait,
take
wait.
that risk. I think he's
Like, that's
phenomenal.
just an
I would
easy
take
be
that
like,
risk.
yeah.
No, he was
He's a
saying
big
out of the
ball.
AFC East.
No, I'm going to dumb it down here. Guy, I meant if you have, like, the number one pick in the NFL draft and Tua's coming out, like,
Who's in the class, Dave? Like, what are we talking about? Who else is in the class?
redrafting NFL quarterbacks. Like, that's what.
Well, I'm not taking him 1 overall out of everybody in the
Well,
NFL.
I knew that if you're drafting like a high school team, you draft 2. I meant because of the concussions, he would slide pretty far down the draft board.
Sure.
Would you draft Mac Jones over Tua?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's where this whole thing started.
My guy's a Pro Bowler with no concussion.
Did he make a real Pro Bowl?
Yes, he did the gritty.
No, but I'm saying like Mitch Trubisky's a Pro Bowler.
He did.
Right. But I'm asking, did he make a real Pro Bowl? Was he a top 3?
Yeah, was he? Or was it alternate?
Mitch made a Pro Bowl.
I don't know how to answer the question. I know
Okay,
this.
I'll find out the answer
Mac Jones
to it.
did the gritty in the Pro Bowl in a Pro Bowl game. To me, that's a Pro Bowler.
Okay. But you understand
and Mitch
what we're
Trubisky's
asking.
a Pro Bowler.
If Mitch Trubisky was in a Pro Bowl, he's a Pro Bowler. I don't.
Okay.
Is that a trick question?
No, I don't
If you're
know.
in a Pro Bowl, aren't you a Pro Bowler?
Yes,
Yes.
kind of, but they do. It is a little different how it goes now because guys drop out and then you end up with like the 6th or 7th quarterback. Was Huntley?
Huntley was in it.
Huntley was a Pro Bowler last year.
Good for him.
Okay.
So that, I'll just saying that's the bar.
He played in a Pro Bowl.
It's like,
that's
all
what
it means
David
is-
said.
So you, as a former player,
Yeah.
you're not going to put respect on somebody's
He was
name
not
who's in a Pro
selected
Bowl?
in the top 3.
No,
Pro
I'm
Bowlers.
saying for your argument, as Huntley got in it last year, like I'm just saying like there's not a
Mac
whole lot of
Jones
credit.
was a
Is he an
Pro
All-Pro?
Bowler.
Is he an All-Pro? That's a list you might want to check.
I don't think he's an All-Pro.
That's what matters
But he's
more.
a Pro Bowler.
What year was he in the Pro Bowl?
Who wasn't a Pro Bowl?
2 years ago. You?
2021.
The way I played, I lift my teammates up. I'm not trying to be a Pro Bowler. I'm trying to get the
You
boys to
wouldn't
the Pro
wanna
Bowl.
been a Pro
Because I know
Bowler?
I'm going to be okay.
What?
2021
I don't
Pro
know what's
Bowlers.
happening. Jerry,
I've never heard anyone get disrespected like this for being a
He
Pro
was
Bowler.
not voted as a Pro Bowler. It was Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson.
Jerry, is he a Pro
2021.
Bowler in your
Mac
mind?
Jones?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
There you go.
He's just
Jerry's on your
he's
side.
a Pro Bowler.
Jerry's on your
He's
side.
trying to
Listen,
get
this
back to the
guy,
Pro Bowler.
this guy was so sold on Mac Jones. He gave me a Mac Jones card, a trading card, and then he tried to get it back from me because he's like, this thing's going to go through the roof.
Jerry?
Jerry.
Christmas gift.
You took
And then
it
he
back?
asked for it back.
I asked for it back, couldn't get it back.
Well, how
I
long
was,
after?
I was a big collector for Mac Jones, rookie cards.
Why'd you ask for it back?
His price went up.
You can't take a gift back from your boss.
I know that now.
Okay.
By the way, I was snubbed in 19. Go ahead, Casey.
Okay. You're snubbed.
I'm
for
taking the
Pro Bowl?
Patriots just because of the spot, by the way. It's.
And by the way,
the Dolphins winning, going out west, then having to come home, then going up to New England. The Patriots lost. I think this is a spot situation for the Patriots.
Tua has flipped me. I'll just end with that. I think he is very, very good. But the injury thing very much worries me. If I was redrafting the AFC East right now, I'm being serious, Mac Jones won.
That's crazy.
You would take Josh Allen.
Yes.
Must-win week this week for the Patriots.
Yes. Speaking of, the gotta have it pick of the week.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Must win.
It's a must-win.
There you go. Nice segue.
I agree with that.
All right.
Dan, your gotta have it pick of the week, the Chicago Bears.
Yes. I was off by a week. I said last week was the biggest game in Bears franchise history. I think it's actually this week is the biggest game in Bears franchise history.
Playing the Bucs.
I will say it right now. I am officially nervous. I've watched the tape. At first, when I was watching the Bears play the Packers, I thought it was a lot of Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator, calling bad plays. Turns out it was also a combination of Justin Fields not trusting throwing the ball downfield. This is my gotta have it.
You will get to pick the game, Dave. So.
I gotta have it. I am nervous, but I think the Bears will have their best effort this week. And the Bucs are a decent team. I don't think they're, going to be some world beaters. So this is the gotta have it. The Bears have to win this game, knowing you have the Chiefs week 3.
Baker Mayfield doesn't make you nervous?
No, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback, and he showed it when he goes on the road, and no one's giving the Bucs a chance, and he wins 2017. But I think the Bears it really does sometimes come down to which team has to have it more, and the Bears need this game
You think
because
the best effort is good enough?
There is. Well, I'll tell you what. Who needs to be, and he probably won't be on the field. Chase Claypool. That was a dog shit effort by him on Sunday. He was half speeding everything, getting blown up on blocks. So I think the Bears probably read their press clippings a little too much in the offseason. I'm to fault for that because I wrote some of those press clippings. But now it's like figure out who you are, dig deep. They got to have it. I think they're going to win.
It's poison.
It's poison. I put poison out there and they ate it up.
When Chase is, no, I'm saying like when Chase, you got a player that's that put on an effort like that. I'm saying it's
Did you
poisonous.
see
It's
some
like
of the
toxic
tape?
in
You
the-
see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was some very, very bad tape for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Will, what do you think about this game?
I truly want to ride with BC because that's my guy, but I just think their best effort in Tampa is not going to be close to good enough, man. I really
well, then
don't.
we got bigger
I think they got some juice with Baker playing. Like you saw the clip, he's talking shit. I just think it's momentum that Tampa needs right now because nobody, to this point, nobody's talking about it. Everybody counts them out. I like the Buccaneers. Justin Fields averaged 3.7 yards per target.
I mean,
Dave, you
said
got
he
the
can't
shoulders. You're throwing.
That was
farther
bad.
than
It was bad. It was very, very bad.
Listen, I've said this about Fields. He's a running back, and that's what Ohio State likes to produce, running backs at quarterback. Dan, I feel bad because last week it was a lightning game for me. I had the Bears in the win column.
You were reading that poison
All week. It was like Bears. Packers, Rodgers is gone. Love, they're in debacle. And then right up to kickoff, I'm like, wait a minute. This is, and the spread is one.
Yeah.
The spread was one, and I flipped and took the Packers. It was the easiest bet of the week.
It's bad. I'm having a crisis of confidence.
If you're a Bears fan, last week had to be the most demoralizing game in a long time.
It was Eddie and I were sitting there on the stream, and the way I'll put it is, when you lose to Aaron Rodgers, you lose to a Hall of Fame quarterback. And you know, like, hey, we have to play our best game, and we still might not have a shot because he's that good of a quarterback. When you lose to Jordan Love, who's unproven, in that manner, it completely deflated everything that I've been thinking about the Bears and the future of the Bears and everything about my life, and just it's all bad right now.
Yeah, you didn't lose a game last week. What the fear is, you lost another decade.
Correct.
Like you see another decade of incompetence.
We do have 2 picks. We have 2 first-round picks next year.
I keep hearing
The good
all that.
news.
2 first-round, but that's even the fact that I'm saying we have 2 first-round picks in week 2. That's where I am at.
It's the earliest.
However,
you felt that way
having
in a while.
said all that, this is the NFL,
Yeah.
and I think
People go.
It
is the NFL. He's right.
People go too
It is pro
far.
football.
The reactions
Yes.
on each week.
Yes.
I'm not sold on the Bucs at all, and I think the Bears bounce back and win
Yes.
this week.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have the Bears.
Despite thinking it's going to be.
This is the gotta have it pick.
It has.
Because
Yes.
You have to win this game.
Right. This is a gotta
This
have
is
it.
the NFL game, almost in a nutshell, where the reactions swing on one week, and they probably are closer to the middle. The Bucs, I don't think they're very. Like I said, I think the Bears win this game.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
Well, you're gotta have it. The New York Giants.
Giants, I think.
It looked like trash
They
last
look
week.
terrible. And it's kind of the same kind of thought with the Bears, right? Like this is you have to have it because the Giants in the NFC East, that is not a division you can start off 0-2 in.
And losing 40-0.
Yeah, and if you put up 0, a goose egg in the first one, you can only guess what all those meetings are like. Everybody's assholes tight. They're going out to Arizona. Arizona, are they even a good football team? The answer is no. If you lose against Arizona, it's going to be a fucking tough year for them.
Will, as a pro, I have a question for you. What the Giants and the coach was doing, what's his name, Dabo or whatever the fuck?
Brian Daboll.
Throwing Daniel Jones, who you just gave this contract to, in the shotgun, fourth quarter, pouring rain. And, I mean, it's just
Crazy.
a revolving door offensive line. Like, he's snapping the ball and he's getting hit 8 times. What is he thinking? Was that a mistake? Is he trying to send a message? They're lucky to get him killed. The quarterback,
perspective?
Daniel Jones. What does Daniel Jones think, and what do the Giants think that they kept 40-0? He's in the shotgun, fourth quarter, over and over, getting assassinated.
I think you're trying to just get some points on the board too. Have some type of.
At
We
what
can
time-
drive the ball and do something and come away with some points.
At what point are you like packing in and be like, I'm going to get the guy killed?
Yeah,
Because
it's an
they're
18-week
lucky.
season,
They're
yeah.
lucky he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting
Fair.
hammered every single play.
Fair, but I mean, with a coach like Daboll, with the culture and everything that they build, it's kind of like it just seems like that's the mentality to take. Like, try to go down and get something out of this game so we can have some type of positivity to look at.
Because they weren't
going
even
in the
close to getting out. I mean,
I know.
it was hut, sack, hut, killed. I mean, it was crazy.
You think it's Dallas is the real deal, or you think it's a?
I don't know.
It's got to be somewhere in the middle.
I
right?
think it's
the Giants
Dallas is
can't
the
be
real
that
deal.
bad.
Yeah, I also think
Dallas will go
Dallas is-
18-0 if they get that pass rush
Yeah.
on every team.
What sucks is Waller. I don't know if he's playing. It seems like the hamstring is a nerve thing, something that he had with his injury history. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Giants. But that's my gotta have it.
Dan, what do you think?
I like the Giants in this game. Yeah. I'm with you. I think the Cardinals, they played tough with the Commanders. They obviously covered the spread. I don't think the Cardinals are good at all. I think that was more an indictment on the Commanders and Sam Howell being a first-year starter trying to figure it out. So I think the Giants will have their best effort today.
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, I'll take. We're doing the points. I'll take the Giants. This is one of those ones I don't know. The Cowboys can't be that good. Nobody can be that good. So the Giants can't be that. But I don't know what happened.
The NFL, and it's the NFL.
Yeah, they weren't blocking at all. They weren't even. I mean, and even you take that monster off the field, and they were still getting to him, like
Michael Parsons.
Parsons, like he was on the sidelines,
yeah.
But they were still getting to him. So I don't know what the hell is going on. They just look totally unprepared. And I bet on the Giants. I thought the Giants were going to win the game. So I'll give them one more shot here. I'll take the Giants.
Okay, and Dave, you're got to have a pick of the week. Is the Raiders and Bills game?
Yeah, because I think, again, the Bills, I think, and I've sensed this, and some people are saying it, but their window, while short, seems to have, closed almost on them. Like, they went downhill towards the end of last year. They got fucking trounced by the Bengals in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It was weather and whatever, but they got physically dominated. Josh Allen, the Jets defense is good. He looked like trash some of those throws last week. You have this thing going on with Diggs and Allen and even last year, and it carried over into this year with Diggs not really, there's nobody even know what to say. It was showing up. Who's he mad at? This thing that happened with the reporter yesterday.
That was crazy.
When the reporter's on a hot mic being like, Diggs is the worst person. She apologized seemingly probably at gunpoint to be like, no, he's not really bad. There's just a lot of shit going on in Buffalo. And they look so good in, obviously, the kickoff with the Chiefs, right? When they looked like they had the game won. But it has gone seemingly slipped away there quickly. So I don't know what to make about the Raiders yet. I'm not convinced the Raiders are that bad.
I want to know.
Yeah, but this is like a 9-point spread. They're going in they're. Would I be stunned if the Bills lost this game? No. And
I would.
If they lose it,
I would.
It's the end of Buffalo.
I would. Yeah, no, I agree. It's a great gotta have it because you're right. Like the Bills have to come out and put a statement out.
And there's something going on in the locker room in Buffalo that's bad.
I agree. Because if something like that happens with the reporter thing, even something as small as that, it's up for debate on who's actually right, who's wrong. Is Diggs a bad person? Is the reporter, does she know something? She's apologizing. But it's almost like you almost have to cut her loose if you're like, hey, we need Diggs' head on straight.
Yeah,
and if Diggs is the problem, it just goes into saying like there's something going on.
There's something going on.
Diggs she wouldn't say it if he wasn't being an asshole.
I tend to think the same thing. I don't think
I would say she's telling the truth because it's not like this is the first. Diggs and Allen, they have issues. There's no doubt about that. It started last. Now, it didn't seem like they did till the end of that Bengals game. It seemed like it came out of nowhere. But what was surprising to me is that it carried over this year to camp. And it's still clearly something is going on.
They had an exchange on the sideline, Diggs and Allen.
Yeah,
they did their
good.
little thing. That seemed positive.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be awkward as hell being that reporter just being in the locker room.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's definitely not going to talk to her now if he was before. Dan, what do you
I'm
think
taking the
about
Bills. Winning cures all. I do think the Bills have the ability to explode on a team, and I think that's going to happen on Sunday. Because Dave's right. They are kind of back against the wall. Like you got to start winning games convincingly. And again, it's weird because it's a team that went 13-3 last year. Their 3 losses were by 3 points or less. Then they lose to the Jets week 1, who they lost to last year, so they've had trouble with the Jets. They got to get right here.
But the way they lost to the Bengals,
Correct.
Because they got dominated.
Correct.
But everybody wanted to blame the weather and everything else, so.
Yeah, but you blame weather in Buffalo is a tough, like Buffalo is, they're the weather.
Right.
Yeah.
They are the weather. Yeah. All right, Will, what are you doing for this game?
I don't know, man. Josh played bad, but a lot of the turnovers were bombs. Like you're throwing up 50-50 balls hoping a guy comes down with it. But I like what I saw with the Raiders, man. They played good situational football. They went into Denver. Denver's better than – I mean, I know people are kind of torn on saying, like, oh, they'll be good with Peyton and Russell's back, but also people are like, hey, Russ isn't a pocket guy. He's not a Drew Brees guy. Like, they could be bad this year. I think the Broncos are tough, and I think the way the Raiders performed, they took away Devontae Adams and who what's his name? Jacoby Myers? Yeah. Jacoby Myers showed up big. And then in the second half, when Jimmy G went down to go ahead in the drive, the defense played complimentary football to get the offense the ball back, and then the Raiders seal it on that series, and you see Jimmy G running for the first down, getting hype. Like, I think I like what the Raiders are doing. I like what the Raiders are doing. And they practice all week on the East Coast.
You think they're going to win or just cover?
I don't know if they're going to win, but I like them +9.
If
I
they
like them
win,
+9.
That is the Bills had the shortest window in the history, and I feel bad for Buffalo people. If they lose this game,
It's disaster.
you got to
I do
basically
too.
blow
But
it up.
they could just fire it off.
I think that's what you're
They
going to
could
get. I
easily
think you're going to
back
get that
going.
Bills team. Yeah.
Shout out, just so people know that I'm always honest, I don't understand, and I will never understand how Jacoby Myers is on the Raiders and not the Patriots, and we have Juju Smith-Schuster for the same money. That was one of the weirdest. In my 20 years of Patriots, that's probably the weirdest decision we've made.
Juju's knee could explode at any moment.
Jacoby Myers is a good player, and don't think, just throw.
Don't think, just throw. Let's go into the rapid fire games of the week presented by Body Armor. We're going to have Jerry come out. Dave, we have a water boy this year. Jerry is the water boy. He's going to refill all of our water. I know you have a hurt ACL right now, so take your time. Body Armor is the official water of Barstool Sports. It's available in stores nationwide. Head over to Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Yep.
All right, we'll start with the Packers and the Falcons. Rapid fire through these bad boys.
Bijan Robinson, run game. Packers gave up 120 on the ground. I like Arthur Smith. He gets creative in the run game. I like Falcons +1.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons as well. I think the Bears are worse than I imagined. So
That's tough in week 2.
yeah,
That's sad.
Yeah, I think the Bears are worse. So I don't think the Packers were that great. I think the Bears are bad.
Okay, Dave?
Yeah, I'm like Dan's hype man. I think the Packers are better than we're giving them credit for. And so, I think they can. Because, again, Aaron Rodgers, I feel like, was sort of out on the Packers and not the same dedication he's had. Love looked pretty good, and that defense can play.
No, the defense is very good. Defense is very good.
I'd take Green Bay. I think the Falcons stink.
They operated well, the Packers did.
Yeah.
And they're smart. They play smart, too. Like,
No, Matt LaFleur's a very good coach.
Yeah.
Very good coach.
And there is an element, I think, with the Aaron Rodgers was becoming bigger than all the Packers, and it was, does he want to be there? And he was just, it was always something. And maybe the team's like, all right, let's move on and be together. I'm taking the Packers here. Also, Riddler, I'm not sold on him for.
Ritter, yeah, no, he's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, so that's I'll take the.
Never lost a home start in college or NFL.
Good for him. I think he does this week.
Okay, Dan, the
Jerry, thanks
Seahawks.
for the water.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Very sweet.
Good job, Jerry.
Dan, the Seahawks and the Lions. I know you were high on the Seahawks last week.
I was, and that was the worst half of football I've ever seen anyone play. This is going to be the most hyped Lions game. I was looking back and trying to find when the hype was there. It was like 93. I think they were 15-1 to win the Super Bowl, and they started 1-0. This year, I think they were 17-1, and they started 1-0. This is going to be an insane Detroit crowd. I'll take the Lions.
Checked in with your boy?
I haven't. I need to. Super fan. Yeah.
Yes.
Detroit Don. I love him. We wanted to hire him at one point. He's got some
Takes? Yeah.
He's got some takes. He goes hard in the paint on the internet. Yeah. I love him, though. I still love him. You can put that stuff aside. We got to get him here for a stream at one point.
Big time.
Yeah, Are we going Lions?
I'm taking the Lions in this game.
Will?
I don't know, man. It's Seahawks, they shit the bed against the Rams, especially in the second half. But are they lying to us on week 1? That could be an easy, sloppy week 1 game, right? Like they started strong, they didn't step on their throat when they needed to.
They didn't just shit the bed. They forgot how to play football.
Yeah, after they got up, they just
They ran 14 plays in the entire second half. It was insane.
Jerry, who you like?
I like the Lions.
We're going
I think
Lions.
they're real deal.
Going
Lions are
Lions?
covered.
Dave, Lions?
This is my hungry dog runs faster game of the week. I will be taking the Seahawks. The Lions, you have to, outside of your team, and maybe not Dan because he's an NFC East guy, but the Lions don't affect me and my fandom. You have to root for them because they've been bad for so long. They're almost like a Bills vibe in that sense before they got good again. They remind me of the Cincinnati Reds, though, a little bit. People are getting a little bit too hot on this team.
Let's go
fast.
Bush.
A little too fast.
Lions fans, I've said this many times, I don't hate the Lions because the Lions have been very bad. The Bears have been very bad. If the Lions get good, I will have to start hating them.
100%.
Yeah.
And by the way, just in everything, not just NFL, all sports, generally the it team ends up not being the it team. It's a team that you don't really know. So I'm not sold on them yet. Good luck to them, but I think they lose this week.
One last stat, Jared Goff, 10-1 against the spread weeks 1 and 2 in his career.
I love that stat.
That's pretty good.
And also, you say people might be getting a little too hot. It's just because of the culture that's being built in Detroit. You got this former players running the team, another fan base that's high coming out of the gates. Colorado Buffalo, former player running the team. They're building culture. Everybody's excited.
Listen, I like them. I mean, that fake fucking punt he pulled, not many guys are doing that in the NFL.
balls.
Like early at his own fucking 20.
Balls.
And I love it. It opens it up. So I love.
And you win at KC prime time?
Yeah.
Make it start fast?
Yeah, no, listen, I'd be happy to be wrong about it, but we'll see. And with the Seahawks, the Rams, you don't know. The Rams are one of those teams, too. People forget they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They lay a dud last year. They still got the boy genius, who I've never been so maybe they're going to have a good year.
Cooper Kupp was out. They beat him without Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave,
Nakua.
Colts and Texans.
He's too.
Texans.
Texans, Dan.
I'm going to take the Texans, too. This game stinks.
Colts. I like Colts. I think Houston sucks.
Okay, Will, Chargers and Titans.
Shout out Mike Vrabel for kicking that field goal, by the way.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I love him.
Yeah, Vrabel is the man. However, I think they go 0-2. They were 2 for 12 on third down. They can't win through the air right now. If Chargers just stop the run, Herbert, the Chargers offense, it's like the Titans, as good as they are on defense, they still gave up, like they're 28th right now in pass D. I just think the Chargers are I think Chargers cover this weekend.
Dan.
All right, I'm taking the Titans. I just think this is going to be a field goal game. I'd rather take the +3. The Titans they get everyone in a street brawl. That's how they play their games. So they'll make the Chargers play on their level.
Kellen Moore's their OC. He's nice.
Yeah, no, I know. And Ryan
Chargers,
Tannehill can't play worse. That was one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback play. And that comes with also what Joe Burrow did. So that was a bad game.
Dave.
I'm going to keep picking the Chargers around to be 500. Like, if they get a little bit above 500, I'll go against them. If they go a little bit below, I'll pick for them. So I'm going to take the Chargers. The perennial, I feel like they've been the it team since fucking Sean Merriman and LaDainian Tomlinson, and they just never are. They're just 9-7 perennially. I'll take the Chargers here, though.
Dan, the 49ers and the Rams.
Yeah, so we talked about it with the Seahawks and the Rams. I screwed myself last week. The NFC West is pretty easy. Sean McVay beats Pete Carroll, and Kyle Shanahan beats Sean McVay. That's just how it works. I know that the Rams obviously won the NFC championship game, but I think it's something like 8-1 Kyle Shanahan's against the Rams since 2019. So I'll take the Niners in this game.
Dave?
I love the Rams.
Okay.
+8, love the Rams.
Will?
Yeah, I'm with Dave. They went 11 for 17 on third down. They're moving the rocks. Stafford can still throw the pillow around. Puka Nacua.
Yeah,
Puka
BYU.
Nacua. He stepped up big with Kupp out. I like the Rams.
No, he's
I
good.
like the Rams +8.
49ers may have looked a little bbit better than they're very good, but the Steelers are so bad. So I
agree. I agree with that. And I think no matter what, the Rams will
Yeah, I think this is a close game.
Niners can still win the game.
Jerry, you agree with that?
Steelers are not good right now. I mean, so bad, I wouldn't say so bad. They played probably the best team in football. But
he knows it.
Oh, he knows it.
He knows it.
I know,
He's
but they're
defeated.
just, if anybody's going to have to carry the torch, it's going to have to be guys like you, Jerry.
Jerry
know.
fell for the preseason.
And same with the Bears. It's going to have to be guys like
Listen,
you.
the Bears, I said, biggest game in Bears franchise
doubt,
history.
no doubt.
So I'm gearing up.
Yeah,
I'm
I
fighting.
just hate seeing
I'm
the
fighting.
defeat already.
I know,
You're
already.
0-1.
It's week
Like,
two.
I know, but you got to think about the season, how it's playing out already. Cam Hayward out 8 weeks. Deontay Johnson out 4 weeks.
Next man up mentality.
Jerry, injuries
Best
happen.
friend's not a great
Next man up
They
mentality.
can't
Jerry.
score, Will. I know the team better than the owner.
Jerry, before we get to the
Your best friend, when you give up on him?
Oh, don't do that to me, Dave.
Don't do that to me.
Don't do that to me.
We have a few picks until the Steelers. I need you to get some energy up. Can you get some energy up for that?
You be like that with the Patriots starting off 0-1?
No, Matt
I'm
Jones
not.
was terrible
Yeah, I
last
know.
year.
I have the top quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Mac Jones wasn't terrible last week.
Bully
Last
Hart?
year.
Oh.
Hey, Bully Hart?
Oh, yeah.
Jerry's so low,
Jerry's-
he wants Antonio Brown back. That's as
I
low
saw
as
that.
it
You do not.
as low as it
You
gets.
do not need
I
that
mean, you
happening.
see what he does on a football field? I would take him back.
Okay, Dave, the Commanders and the Broncos.
I'll go with the Broncos, but yeah, fine.
Dan?
I'll take the Broncos. I think the Commanders their defense is very, very good. I think their offense is going to struggle in the altitude, warm weather. Broncos defense is good as well.
The Broncos could go, what do we got, 17 weeks now? I forget.
18 weeks, 17 games.
17 weeks. The Broncos could go 0-17 for a decade straight, and I'd still in my mind think Mile High is a tough place to play. So I'm going to take it. Yeah, take the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like it's
No,
just
it's facts.
ingrained.
It's facts.
Yeah. Will?
I don't know, man. I
Well,
like the.
we got to pick.
I know,
It's the
but
show.
You like the
know.
Commanders, don't you?
I like the Commanders though. Yeah, I got them winning the East. I just don't know if it happens. I don't know if they win this. I think it's going to take a minute for them to figure out their identity with Bieniemy calling the shots. Obviously he needs a couple more games to get in rhythm and figure out what they want to be offensively. They do have a good defense. I'm going to go Denver.
Okay.
Denver to cover.
Jets at Cowboys, Will.
Jets. I'm
like the
going
Jets.
I'm going Jets for 3 reasons. Salah, defense, and emotion. I thought the way they returned that punt for a touchdown, you saw the entire bench swarm. I mean, they lost A-Rod right out of the gate. And for them to, for Zach to jump in, do what he did, get him a win,
did
and
nothing.
it doesn't matter. You didn't fold. They didn't blink. There's a lot of
you
there's
put a quarterback, he did
Yeah,
nothing.
well, all I'm saying is there could have been a lot of what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Even the Bills were probably like, oh shit, that does kind of suck that A-Rod's hurt. But they didn't blink. They still won the game. They stormed the field. The team, they just rally around each other, man. Like they know they're counted out this week. They know it. I'm taking them with the points against Dallas.
Dan?
I'm taking them with the points as well because I just think this is a game plan that they're going to, try to run the ball, limit possessions, 2 great defenses. I think it will stay within a touchdown.
Dave?
I'm going to take the Cowboys. I'm not overly confident. I think there's credence to what they're saying, and there'll be a little bit natural let up probably from the Cowboys winning that decisively, and the Jets obviously have to rally the troops. But I could see them like hanging around. But
It's bad.
if that Cowboys defense even is half as good as they were against the Giants, there's just 2 scores isn't that much, so they may pull away at the end. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I was wrong on Zach Wilson because I really liked him coming out of college. I don't know if he's in his head or whatever he's doing, but he makes mistakes.
And
I think he's. I think
He obviously
he's gonna
didn't
do better.
anticipate having
I was
to
gonna
play.
say I get. It's like, oh, it's Zach Wilson. He's not going to be good, but he could be a well-improved quarterback with just having the offseason and the preseason and everything else. But going in after 4 plays,
There could be for him a benefit that the pressure wasn't on him because he didn't,
right.
and no one expects him to be good. But my worry with him is he does not strike me as somebody who is a game manager. You may be able to be like manage the game, throw it away. He runs backwards and he's out of control.
All right, Dave, Saints and Panthers.
I'm going to take Panthers at home.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Panthers at home as well, +3.
Will?
Jerry, who you like?
Saints. I do. The defense is
Let's go
solid.
Saints. We're gonna go Saints. I do like their defense. Derek Carr. They just got to finish in the red zone. Yeah, let's go Saints. I like the Saints.
Okay, and then we'll finish with the Browns and the Steelers. Jerry, I'll start with you. I know that you're obviously very low on them from the previous segment, but no hype at all?
Well, I just feel like the last decade, the Steelers, everybody's pretty high on them. Defense is always good. They haven't had a top 5 defense in, I think, 6 years. One time in the last 8 years, they had a top 5 defense. Steelers football, that type of style, just doesn't exist anymore. Offense doesn't put up points. Coordinator's really bad. He's been bad. Everybody knows he's bad. We lost number one wide receiver. We lost heart and soul of defense.
The guy doesn't score touchdowns.
Listen, I'll say this.
The guy picking.
You said there's no good defense
Stinks.
being played anymore?
The guy doesn't.
There's one
He's
guy
down bad.
There's one guy that shows up on defense. Obviously, is T.J. Watt. But I will say
That's crazy. You're just saying there's only one guy that shows up.
there's one guy that shows up.
Also, it's
Week after
crazy.
week. I've been watching. I watched every snap.
One game, Jerry. It's one game. They had
Yeah,
a bad
but
game.
you're tunnel vision on TJ.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's the only guy who shows up and plays.
He is. Come on. Will, he is. Don't tell me.
You
I
should've
watch
seen
the
him.
games. I watch camp. I go to camp. I watch everything.
You should have seen him on Sunday when he saw TJ with a dark visor. I mean, he came his pants. He
Well, I
was just
got-
like, TJ's wearing a dark visor?
But I gotta ask
You're
this,
picking the
Jerry.
Browns. You're picking the Browns.
Listen,
Jerry, I gotta ask you this though. Based on what you just said, you watch everything. You go to camp. You do this. You had him win the Super Bowl till 10 minutes ago.
He got caught by the preseason.
Preseason ruined me.
Preseason ruined him.
So, but if you're watching camp, so just one game, everybody stinks now except TJ.
Well, the injuries hurt a lot. I think the offensive scheme did not change at all. Like preseason, it was very good. They were mixing up a little bit.
Preseason.
There's a chance you played a very good team.
Yes.
There is.
Put up a fight, Jerry.
I do want to
This is
fight.
sad.
Bully hard.
Listen,
Bully
I
hard.
wanna say
Real
this.
hard.
Don't give up on your
Mike
guys.
Tomlin, right? I want to say Mike Tomlin, right? Everybody loves playing for him, right? What has Mike Tomlin done in the last decade? He's done nothing. He's done nothing. He doesn't win playoff games. One playoff win in the last 8 years. I mean,
Who do you want?
I don't want anybody particularly. I think
You just
you're
don't
going to
want
see
him.
within the next 2 or 3 years Mike Tomlin steps away from the game of football.
Okay. But what are you picking in this game?
Browns.
No, you picked the
Jerry,
Steelers.
don't do that.
You took the
can't.
Steelers on advisors.
They can't stop. They can't stop.
You took the
Don't
Steelers
do
on
that.
advisors.
You made me pick them.
No, I didn't. No, we didn't. We just tricked you.
Steelers.
All right,
Steelers
there it is.
Plus 2.5.
Steelers.
You
You're
said
taking the
Browns.
Steelers.
I want to win. I want to win the show. I want to.
So you're taking the Steelers or the Browns?
Take the Browns.
Browns.
He's-
They're not going to be able to stop Nick Chubb.
See,
It's-
it
it's-
doesn't matter, though. Your
it's-
pick doesn't matter on the show.
All right, the Steelers.
All right, there you
He's
go.
just like on
This
a
is so
raft.
sad.
Whatever way the wind blows, he's lost at sea.
Okay, Dave, what are you taking in this game?
Jerry has actually convinced me. I thought the Steelers at home, but then he's so down. I'm going to take the Browns.
down bad.
The Steelers may be one of the worst teams in the league.
I mean, that was
I'm gonna take the
depressing.
Browns.
Yeah. I'm taking the Browns, too. See, Jerry's not fighting. You got to fight for your guys.
Yeah, you're right. I'm taking the
I've been
Browns.
fighting my whole life, man.
Okay.
You're done fighting? What if they win this week?
You're going to have to call, you got to call Lucas and have him fight for you.
No. That's sad. Okay.
Stop the run. That's the problem.
Your 3 bad opinions on top of that one, Will.
I'm going to say first
So this is a
0-2
new segment, 3 bad
Yes.
opinions. I did it
First
last week.
0-2 start for the Chiefs since 2014.
Okay.
Zach Wilson will throw for over 220 yards this game.
That might be a bad opinion.
Third one, I did my best. I couldn't think of one.
Oh, okay. Your Zach Wilson is a bad opinion. I don't think he has I think if he throws for 220 plus yards, there's going to be a lot of picks involved. I think they got to run the ball and play a small possession game with 2 great defenses. That's how they're going to win that game. 220 means that he's kind of slinging a little.
Yeah,
I don't think he's
what's
slinging.
the segment? I was trying
Bad
to.
opinions.
Yeah, bad opinion.
Bad opinions.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Survivor Pools presented by Jack Daniels and Coke. I would love a Jack Daniels and Coke right now after that segment. They're right here. So everybody knows Jack and Coke is one of the best cocktails, and now they have it pre-made for you. You don't have to mix it. You don't have to get all the mixers out and the ice. It's just right here. It's the great taste, and they look cool. They're just
Yes.
like cool cans.
Yes, perfect for tailgating.
Perfect for tailgating. So buy now at your local retailer or go to jackdaniels.com/Jack and Coke to find a location near you. Like these look great. So Dan,
I'm out.
but I want to give you a little bit of credit though, because
Yeah, we're
Can we just get him back in?
he's out and Jerry's out. So Jerry took the Broncos, Dan is out, but you did have.
I wanted
the Commanders.
I wanted the Commanders, but I didn't want to double up, so I got kind of boxed into the Seahawks. But I'm out. That's how Survivor works.
Yes.
If everyone else gets out, then we'll start again. But I'm out.
So Will, you took the Commanders. You're still in, and then the guest seat, which will rotate every week.
Yeah,
Taylor
Cowboys.
picks the Ravens, so you're taking the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Okay.
This is a big pick for you.
Will,
you got to stay
this
in.
is big.
I'm going to go Colts.
Colts.
If I had to make a pick this week, it would be the Giants.
I think Houston's bad, man.
Giants. The Colts. You're picking a pick'em game.
Yeah, that's why I made the face.
What do you mean?
You just have to have them win.
I think the Colts are going to win.
Okay.
To me,
But
That's if you were betting your life on one team to win, that's what it would be this week.
I believe so.
I guess
What else is
some
out there?
strategy.
The Giants, the Bills.
Yeah, but the Giants might be bad.
I think the Giants will win this week. So that would be my pick if I had a pick.
So what do we
Bills,
do
Raiders
if
look good? I'm going Colts.
what do we do if the three of you guys are out and just the guest pickers?
We'll start again.
So if
Yeah,
all,
if they
so-
win, we'll
okay.
start again.
Okay, Jerry, if
Yeah.
you had to make a pick this week, who would it be?
What's that pose?
Saints.
He's
It'd be the Saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
What is that
Are you okay?
pose?
Sorry, I can't sit like that.
No, I mean, it was just a weird pose.
He's on a tailgate.
Provocative.
My back's killing me.
Yeah.
You can stand up. The show.
Saints would be your pick?
I'd pick the Saints. I'd pick the
Okay.
Saints this week.
That also
I think their
sounds crazy.
defense is
That is-
very, very good.
Okay.
You picked a pick 'em of two bad teams.
Yeah, but I think, hang on now. I think the Colts are solid. Okay. I think they should be excited about Anthony Richardson.
Why?
I just do. I got a feeling. It's a feeling.
Willie
Okay.
Gut.
Strong
It's a feeling.
disagree.
Willie Gut.
Yeah, I strong disagree on that too.
Really good. That's
Really good.
Okay,
I got a
that's
feeling.
week 2 of the NFL. That show was all over the place, but pretty good. Thanks, Dave, for
Thank you,
for
Dave.
coming back.
Thanks,
We'll
Dave.
have you back.
Thank you, Dave.
Do we know? We're not gonna announce who's in this
No,
seat
we
every
can say
week.
James White is here next week.
James
Two-time
White.
Super Bowl champion.
wow.
Wisconsin Badger. I
That's the most
think
excited you've been the whole show.
This is a pro football show, but I have a feeling we will talk about the Big Ten championship game when James White and Will Compton share the field.
Oh, that is
70
okay.
points, the Badgers.
So-
pretty hard at that, Jerry.
So
I'm going to have James White rank his favorite touchdowns in that game. It's going to be tough because he had 4. So it's going to be tough, but we'll have him rank them.
it's all right. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I
gonna be
truly,
tough.
anytime my eyes get on any of that tape,
Maybe get Lucas to get
I
some of
hate
that tape for us.
I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Get your mind right for
Send me
next
the
week.
Lucas guy.
Yes, I will. I will. Right
Yeah,
now.
Three guys that
congratulations to
take Ray for
Lucas.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon, I think Monty Ball and James White. Oh.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that all next week.
it sucks.
It's tough. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great NFL Sunday.